We'll tell you as we go on. We're going to tell you a little bit how you can donate because there's great stuff that they're giving away, by the way. So we'll let you know about that as the broadcast moves on. Texas A&M head coach G. Guerrieri, 32nd season as the Texas A&M coach, 500 wins here at Texas A&M, which, by the way, is all of the wins that Texas A&M has. He's been on the sideline for every one of them. Long ball, far side, into the wind. We'll get to that here in a little bit. The wind, as you see it, is blowing right to left at about 10 to 12 miles an hour, and we're getting some gusts maybe almost up to 20. Very warm day here in College Station. Is 92 degrees at game time. Supposed to go up to about 97, 98 degrees, and the feels like temperature is approximately hot. Ball out of bounds on the far side. It'll be a throw-in for Oklahoma.
So Oklahoma, Dave, coming out into 4-4-2. Now, 4-4-2 is a really, really versatile tactical shape. They can do a lot of things in the 4-4-2. Coach Matt Mott can.
Oklahoma head coach Matt Mott, in his second season at Oklahoma, had a great career at Ole Miss. And just one of the, he and Coach Guerrieri, both two of the good guys in women's college soccer. Throw it again for Oklahoma on the far side of the field. Get the ball into Weber. Weber, I apologize. And it's going to be a throw-in for Texas A&M. Number 21 there for the Aggies is Jazz Wilkinson. She plays up top as the lone runner up top for Texas A&M. She has a goal on the season.
So this is one of the keys right here for Oklahoma, Dave, is compressing space, is pressuring from the front, defending at all three levels in their shape. Their two forwards, Green and Weber, are going to keep a higher line. Because what they want to do, they know the threat that Pante is, they know the threat that Mekhi McDonald is, and trying to get them, whether it's played into their feet or into space, they've got to deny service to those wide players for Texas A&M. For Texas A&M, you've got to create those, you've got to find those numerical mismatches.
Mekhi McDonald right there gets past Clifton, still on the dribble, looking to cut it out wide to Jazz Wilkinson, and does. Square ball sent in. Rejected by the Oklahoma back line. McDonald again looking for the cross. Sends it in, headed away nicely by the Sooners. It's Grace Ivy goes down. No call. And that was the correct call. That's Mia Pante. You heard Jeff mention her just a moment ago, number 13 for Texas A&M. She loses possession there. It's Taylor Pounds who'll come up with it.
It's a really good start from A&M. Very forward-minded, putting a lot of pressure on OU's back four.
Addie Armenta up from her right back position. Mekhi McDonald with a cross again, goes over everybody. And it's going to be Oklahoma comes up with it, Alexis Washington. Still on the dribble as it poked away there.
Yeah, in these conditions, Dave, you want to make OU chase. You want to get them working hard. You want to let the ball do the work, make them chase the game a little bit. I really like that A&M, not only they maintaining possession, but it's possession with a purpose. They're a little bit forward-minded in their possession right now, really looking to break lines through the middle third, and again, get that back line under a lot of pressure, get that back line unbalanced, and look for those create some numerical advantages on the flank.
Yeah, you know, that's one of the things. You're right. I mean, but it doesn't just go for Oklahoma. It's going to be a hard day, a hard, long day if you find, for either team, if you find yourself chasing a lot.
Yeah. Yep. And again, I don't expect OU to pull out of this shape in this 4-4-2. It depends on what they're going to do offensively. And when I talk about numerical advantages, it could be in this situation right here where you have the ball side attacking mid, checking to the wide player, whether that's the outside back or the outside forward, to create numerical advantage, or getting someone into the attacking third that shouldn't necessarily be there. Maybe that's a big overlapping run from Mason Matula or Adi Armenta to really put that outside back on an island, and that will free up Mekhi McDonald or Mia Pante on those outside channels.
Throw in for the Sooners on the far side of the field. Meredith King will take it. Talking about people who have some wheels, Meredith King is one of them. Very fast out of that back line, can bring the ball up for the Sooners. Ball down in the corner. It's going to be too far, and it'll be a goal kick coming up for Texas A&M. Hey, we mentioned the Turn It Gold game, of course, and I talked to you about donating. If you want to donate, you can go to 12thman.com, 12thman.is.gold, 12thman.is.gold. And all kinds of good stuff. A $100 donation earns you a soccer ball signed by the Aggie team. $200 donation gets you one of these jerseys that they're playing in today, a signed jersey, the actual jersey worn in the game. So, and all of that money goes in the fight against pediatric cancer. Oklahoma at the top of the penalty area. Shot comes in, stopped. Leone Vebar from just outside the D. Nice bending ball up in the upper 90.
Yeah, just a poor clearance here from A&M. Really not able to break or get it out of the defensive third. Vebar with the one-timer bending. Man, that might have found the side netting, Dave. A good decision there from Sid Fuller to make that save.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it would have. That ball was well placed. Throw in for Texas A&M right below us here on the near side of the field. Andy Wolf and Jazz Wilkinson, number 19 for Oklahoma and number 21 for Texas A&M, fighting for the ball on the sideline there. Jazz Wilkinson is going to come out with it this time. Send it in the middle of the field. Tell you what, Vebar just about had a free run there, just couldn't quite catch up to the ball, and Carolyn Calzada for Texas A&M fortunately was there to pick it off. Vebar, again, a player from Munich, Germany. 4 goals, as Jeff said, on the season, 16 in her career. Senior. Throw in for Texas A&M on the far side of the field. There you see Leone Vebar, just an outstanding player for the Sooners. A real threat up top. Headed away, throw in once again for Texas A&M.
And you've already seen it early. She might play underneath a little bit, kind of as a false 9, if you will, because she wants to hit the ball from distance, like you saw in that shot on goal earlier. So she might not be level with Sophia Green in that front 2 in Matt Mott's 4-4-2 for Oklahoma. She might dip in and find those pockets of space behind the 6 and in front of the center backs for Texas A&M, and look to put a shot on goal in her second or third touch.
Ball over the near side. That's Adi Armenta, the sophomore for Texas A&M. Pante. Still fighting for it at the corner of the penalty area. Runs into traffic there. And here comes Oklahoma. Great job by the Aggies over there on the far side of the field. They're going to dump it into Micaiah McDonald. It'll be cleared away. And a throw in for the Aggies deep in their attacking third.
Boy, that was a great look and a great ball off the foot of Taylor Pounds there. Floated bending ball. Micaiah McDonald just didn't get on the end of it, but what a good look on the weak side with her second touch. And again, for OU, there's a
Goal
lot that
kick
you can
coming
do. There's a lot that you can do in a 4-4-2. It depends on how they want to attack this 4-1-4-1 or this 4-5-1 for Texas A&M. Are they going to?
There you see number 8 for Oklahoma. That is Kaylee England. You talk about a week. Last week, she's been working on getting into medical school and as a grad student, and then she's pursuing a record Oklahoma soccer in terms of number of games played and number of minutes played, career minutes, career games for a school record. And, you know, she got engaged last week. So other than that, not much going on in the life of Kaylee England, number 8 for Oklahoma. Just outstanding player and an outstanding student, as so many of these soccer players are for both Oklahoma and Texas A&M. Long ball in. Calzada heads it high. Morrell sent it high for Oklahoma, and finally the Aggies clear it away. That was England. Put it out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for Texas A&M. Just one shot in the game so far, and that belongs to Oklahoma and Leonie Weber. A bending ball in the upper 90 that Sydney Fuller made a great stop on.
Here's a weak side 2v1 opportunity. Adi Armenta on the big overlap. Great ball, great recognition from Jazz Wilkinson.
There's the ball to Armenta. She gets the cross off. Blocked nicely by the Sooners.
Runners on the weak side just didn't elevate that service.
Long ball dumped out into the final third. Weber, closest Oklahoma player to it, but it goes to Sydney Fuller in goal for the Aggies.
Yeah, OU playing really, really direct. It's kind of a little bit of a tennis match feel to this game, and that ball's not going to work right there. You talked about it earlier. Meredith King has quite a bit of pace, so I think Mia Pante is going to be a little bit more effective if you find her feet and she's able to take King on 1v1 or play her feet and then get yourself over there and create that numerical advantage and get Mia Pante in with a little bit of combination play where King has to defend space as well.
Blocked there. Goodness gracious, Caroline Duffy got it was a rocket coming off the foot of Micaiah McDonald.
Yeah, I love it from Micaiah McDonald here. A little hesitation move right there, flattens out the defender, opens up that space, tried to find the weak post. Again, Caroline Duffy with the kick save.
Yep.
But gives up a corner kick in doing so.
They said say in hockey, kick save and a beauty, and it was. Mia Pante on the near side. This will be an in-swinging corner. Grace Ivy in the box for Texas A&M. Good job. Again, that is Caroline Duffy. And that's one of the advantages as we get a counterattack coming here. That's Alexis Washington right down the middle. Nice save over there. Throw in, but Carolyn Calzada drops back to save the corner kick.
Boy, that was a crisis averted there for Texas A&M, Dave.
Yeah.
That was a 2v1 counterattack. Adi Armenta.
Ball, goal, Oklahoma. We're gonna have an offside call. When the ball left, I glanced down there, and I thought that might be the case, but from our angle, it's hard to see. But again, a great header, just got caught in an offside position.
And we're gonna have a VAR here, Dave.
Yep, we will. It's gonna be close one way or the other. Both teams will come over to the sideline.
Make some adjustments here. Here's the throw in. A little bit of a misclearance opportunity. Early service. Yeah, I think she might have been in behind.
I think you're probably right when the ball left. I think she probably was offside. Yeah, and that's Sophia Green. I believe she was, but, you know, she's got 4 goals on the season, 27 in her career. Played 4 years at the University of Nebraska, Omaha, before coming to Norman. Still taking a look over there on the sideline.
And so what we've seen from OU, Dave, we've seen both teams put a lot of pressure on each other's back line. OU in that 4-4-2, they're getting their outside midfielders high and really kind of flattening out those back four for A&M, almost turning into a 4-2-4. So when the ball is played, she's about a yard off sides, I would think.
I think you're right. So, both teams so far, Jeff, have played at a pretty quick pace.
It's been a pretty frantic pace, even in these conditions.
So that's what I was going to ask, is that as we move through this contest, we've got 31 minutes 33 seconds left in the first half. So a lot of time left in just the first half. These teams can't play at this pace necessarily that entire 30 minutes. So then it becomes really important in terms of quality depth, in terms of fresh legs coming off the bench, right?
Yeah, so the substitution patterns and the timing of those substitutions come into play and are going to be of significance in this game. The depth of the bench and not just maintaining your style of play, but maintaining the pace at which we've seen this game played at. Both teams are comfortable playing in this pace. Again, Oklahoma in a very direct, unapologetic 4-4-2. Their outside mids are going to get high, become the third and fourth forwards. Their center mids are going to slide next to one another, kind of like an elevator door tactical shape where they're kind of closing down that center channel, even though they're at a numerical disadvantage. But that's also going to allow the outside backs for Oklahoma to get higher. Meredith King, obviously, we've seen her get high on that from that right side. So as the outside mids for Oklahoma get high, that invites the outside backs for Oklahoma to get high as well.
Tries to get a ball through to Micaiah McDonald. It'll be sent back to Caroline Duffy. The Aggies keep it in the attacking third, but immediately it's Oklahoma on the ball.
And so sometimes what you see in the 4-4-2, Dave, is you see the 4-4-2 kind of turn into an offset 4-3-3 where the ball side, where you collapse towards the ball side, you keep the weak side midfielder. There's a foul right here on the near side, but the weak side outside mid will sneak up as a weak side third forward. But in this case, no, it's pretty direct, it's pretty flat. We're seeing those outside mids for Oklahoma get really, really high.
Number 10 there for Texas A&M is Grace Ivy, 2 goals and 2 assists in her career at Texas A&M for the sophomore from St. John's, Florida. 2-time Gatorade Player of the Year in Florida. Second consecutive start in that kind of central mid, attacking mid position for Texas A&M. And by the way, when we restarted play after that, after the review, new term there. Back line and something about an elevator door.
Elevator door, yeah.
That was a new one. I hadn't heard that one before.
So yeah, in the 4-4-2, you might have like a designated attacking and a designated holding in transition, but defensively they might slide in next to one another and essentially kind of serve as a unified block in that center channel, especially with a numerical disadvantage. A&M playing with 3 center mids, so they're already in numbers down. So they want to deny being able to be broken through that center channel.
So who sticks their hand in the elevator door and causes it to reopen?
Well, that's a great question. You're going to see Grace Ivy. I'm with you. You're going to see Grace Ivy and Sid Becerra again. Find those passing lanes in between, find those gaps in between the 2 center midfielders for Oklahoma so that they can break both those center midfielders with one ball.
You are on a roll today. You know that?
Man, it's the Jeff Given cliche hour. It's all, and we've still got a lot of soccer to play.
Oklahoma with the ball in the attacking half over on the near side. Washington sends it down in the
goal
corner.
Kick.
There'll be a goal kick coming up.
And so for A&M, how do you counter that 4-4-2, right? So again, we talked about Micaiah McDonald and Mia Pante, and as they go, A&M tends to go. Becerra's very gifted with the ball at her feet. You've got Grace Ivy playing next to her, so that will free up Sid Becerra to do what she does best. But I still think with the quality of the outside backs, especially King over there on the right side for OU, you've got to create a numerical advantage. Get the outside, get Mason Matula higher, or slide Sid Becerra over there to serve as a second attacker against King. Make her defend space and free up Mia Pante to get in behind the back four. A little bit more of an athletic mismatch. I think you can dump Micaiah McDonald into space. I think she can against Cassie Clifton over here on the left side of OU's back line. So a little bit of an athletic mismatch there. But again, I still think you need Addie Armenta or Grace Ivy to slide over, create a numerical advantage, put those outside backs for Oklahoma on an island, create a numerical advantage on those outside channels.
Goal kick coming up for Texas A&M. Went over the end line off the chest of Sophia Green. One of the players, one of the players that you're going to want to watch for Oklahoma is as we have a shot. Goal, Oklahoma. Just a giveaway there, and taking the shot and scoring was Ella Pappas for Oklahoma. Have to get a look at the replay.
That's her 6th goal in the season, Dave.
Yep.
And again, that's what those 2 forwards for OU do. Again, there's not a whole lot of dynamic movement when they're attacking a back line. They like to sit and create those 1v1s against the center backs for their opponents. They like to drop down into space, get the ball at their feet, shoot from distance. Again, just a bad giveaway here. Trying to possess it out of the back.
Yep.
Margaret Matula trying to find Grace Ivy. Pappas doesn't need that much space. Just a brilliant finish there from about 19 yards out. Over and outstretched Sid Fuller, 1-0 OU.
Yeah, and you know, that was a situation where great positioning by Pappas, where she kind of just laid back and lured Sydney Fuller, lured Matula.
Margot Matula, yep.
To making
Baited
the pass,
her,
and then she just capitalized on it. And for Sydney Fuller, I mean, you got to have a player of that quality take the shot, and they're going to make it about 9 out of 10.
Yeah, it was just a brilliant finish.
Yeah.
It really was.
Ball through to Pante, going to take a shot.
Goal! There's
Texas
the equalizer.
A&M. Mia Pante.
So this is what Mia Pante did, Dave. Was she started outside, committed King to her, because they want to play touch tight on Mia Pante. So Meredith King was touch tight on Pante. She showed wide, committed King, boom, ball in behind. Mia Pante was able to get in behind that space, just behind King, who had just checked to her, found it at her feet, little up, back, through play here. You saw King cheat over to Mia Pante, slid in behind her. What a far post finish. Not much room against Duffy there, but Pante finds the back of the net for the equalizer.
And a great ball in by Sid Becerra. Had a perfect weight on the ball to get it to Pante. And for Pante, that is her 3rd goal of the season, the 10th of her career for the senior. From North Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. And that was an important goal for Texas A&M. You got a game like this that is so hard fought here in the first half. Oklahoma capitalizes on a mistake by Texas A&M, and there's how you react to that is vitally important. And the Aggies came back and scored very quickly.
And even though OU's in a 4-4-2, they're direct and they press. They defend from the front. They high pressure on all 3 lines for OU. And again, A&M responded with the exact same pattern play that they scored against TCU. As up back through, find Jazz Wilkinson. Again, a bump back to Sid Fuller, or to Sydney Becerra in this case. And then find Mia Pante
Cross coming
through.
in again. Armenta there to contest it. Trying to close on it was Pappas one more time. Pappas was looking for the brace. Jazz Wilkinson gets through. He's going to take a shot. Stop there, no problem.
Dave, let's take a look at that last scary moment for Oklahoma. Committed 2 defenders to the weak side. Addie Armenta, great timing on that poke tackle. Again, right across the 6, right in that no man's land. Sid Fuller maybe a little late approaching that along the 6, but Addie Armenta, again, denying that opportunity. Just a goal-saving tackle off the right foot of Addie Armenta on the weak side.
What a fun game to watch so far.
Fantastic. Again, just a tennis match, Dave.
Yeah.
Just wide open.
Now, Matt Mott and G. Guerreri and their staffs are probably aged a couple of years by now, but for fans, it's a great game to watch. There's 2 quality teams just going at it.
Yeah, and you know, in talking to these coaching staffs, there's no game off in the SEC. You know, OU admittedly did not play their best against Mississippi State. Again, Mississippi State, just a really good team, but we're not. You got to be at your best, and they weren't. And they've got to find a way to rebound because there's no game off in the SEC, Dave, for either one of these teams.
Yep. Sid Becerra fouled there. There's going to be a free kick coming up for Texas A&M. That was Weber, I believe, who was whistled for the foul. And, you know, also you talk about Oklahoma and Mississippi State. It was Oklahoma's first SEC game. Something that they had, you know, it was an anticipated matchup, and I suspect there was some butterflies that, you know, associated with that game. The ball sent in. Nice job there by Caroline Duffy to come over and get it.
Yeah, just a little too direct there. Should have floated that far post instead of near post. Again, Duffy off her line to handle that one with ease.
But going back to that Oklahoma-Mississippi State game, you know, you can get a little too keyed up, and that might have been the case with Oklahoma going against Mississippi State. That is not to take anything away from Mississippi State. They are a quality side. And let's see, you may have going to send Jasmine Wilkinson away. And we get back in play now. Ball out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Oklahoma in their attacking half. Actually, top of the attacking third, and Pappas will take it. Throw in now for Texas A&M. One substitute checking in for Oklahoma. It's going to be Morgan. Excuse me, that's for Texas A&M. Stand corrected. Taylor Jernigan checking in for Texas A&M. She'll come in for Micaiah McDonald. Jernigan, another player with great speed on the outside. Calzada with the ball. This crowd here kind of takes a breather from this hectic pace that's been the case so far.
A little bit of connectivity here between the two center backs that allows A&M's outside backs to creep up into the middle third a little bit. Taylor Jernigan drops down. That's going to invite the overlap from Maddie Armenta. And now here comes the ball over the top into Armenta's run. Again, and she can serve a very dangerous ball. She loves to go 1v1. She loves to get herself through the middle third into the attacking third. She remains in the attacking third here. Again, just numbers where they shouldn't be is a great way, or players who shouldn't be somewhere is a great way to unbalance a back four for a team. And again, OU played a back three last year. They played in a 3-5-2 last year. The addition of Meredith King caused Matt Mott and his coaching staff to say, nope, we're going to go back four, and we can take advantage of King's athleticism on that right channel to get another number through the middle third of the field.
And let's see, a couple of substitutes coming in for Oklahoma. Checking into the lineup is going to be Michelle Pack. She wears number 7 for the Sooners, and also checking in number 22, Abigail McNulty. All right, we're going to take a quick break, the hydration break for the players, and we're going to take a break too. We'll be right back right after this.
The perfect day.
Yeah, to put down some Scots turf builder winter guard. It's perfect for giving the lawn a boost this fall.
Think you mean perfect for repairing all the fun I had this summer?
No, it's perfect for strengthening roots to help protect it all winter. More like perfect for giving the grass a deeper green come spring.
Sounds like it's perfect for your neighbor.
Yeah.
All right, we're back. Players finishing off their hydration break. There you see Texas A&M with the victory over Missouri up in Columbia on Thursday night. The Aggies became the 13th Division I program to reach 500 wins. G. Guerreri, you see right there in the middle with the white cap and the sunglasses. He has been the head coach for all 500 of those. And 732 save percentage. The Aggies, the first program in the SEC to reach 500 wins. And of course, Coach Guerrieri sitting about in the number 2 slot among active coaches in wins. Just had a great career at Texas A&M, and it just keeps going. There's Taylor Pounds for the Aggies. Came back for her 5th year, took her COVID year. She's a grad student from the Woodlands, Texas, number 9 for Texas A&M. Plays at holding mid position for the Aggies. Had an older sister, Haley Pounds, who played soccer for Texas A&M, and has a brother, Aaron Pounds, who currently plays for Texas A&M, the Texas A&M golf team. Just a whole family of Aggies. And Taylor Jernigan's going to be whistled for the foul. It's going to be in a dangerous position. We've already seen Oklahoma very good in front of the goal with the head.
And that was on Abigail McNulty, the Boston U transfer. Again, doing work down there. Yeah, hard to really tell. Definitely contact made, whether she stepped on her foot or not. McNulty drew the foul. And again, yeah, dangerous position about 17 yards from the touchline.
Baybear sends the ball in, poked away.
What a great save from Sid Fuller there.
Sydney Fuller.
Pick up runners! Eddie, backside!
Ball down in the corner. Yep, stays in. Great job by Macy Matula down in the corner for Texas A&M.
Yep, just containing that 1v1. Just don't get beat touchline. Just deny the service. So stand up, don't overcommit, wait for your moment. She did really, really well there, 1v1.
There's Pounds for Texas A&M, saves the corner kick.
Just a really dangerous, bending, driven set piece there. Again, Sid Fuller, just perfect technique there to punch that away. Yeah, OU again unable to get out of that space. So what's the next best thing to do is to earn that corner.
Yeah, and a great job by Alexis Washington for the Sooners to win that corner kick.
Touch!
So be Weber, Leonie Weber, who will take the corner, be a right-footed out-swinging corner kick.
Dave, look at all the players on the touchline.
Yep.
For OU.
Ball comes in. Oh, ball still bounding around and away. Sit high and over the netting. What?
Well, looks like they're going to go VAR. I think the far side linesman called a goal.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what happened there. I thought the ball was parried over the crossbar. It goes off the crossbar there, and I think it might have actually gone in.
Yeah, I think you're right. We'll get a good look at it here.
Let's see.
Sid Fuller trying to,
I think you're right.
The entire ball breached the line.
Yep. I completely missed that first time. That's going to be a goal for Oklahoma. You see our center official over there looking at it, but there's no doubt in my mind that that's going to be a goal for Oklahoma, and they'll take a 2-1 lead here in the first half against Texas A&M.
And that's one thing that haunted A&M a week ago against UConn was defending set pieces, and came back to bite them again here. So, but Dave, A&M responded to the first goal in right around a minute, and they've got to find a way to respond to this one as well.
Goal credited right now to Michelle Pack, number 7 for the Sooners. Oh, this is going to be a great look right here. Ball off the crossbar. Pack gets ahead on it. Oh yeah, it's well in the goal. Substitution for the Sooners. Morgan Eichelbarner has checked into the lineup for the Sooners. For Sophia Green. The goal for Pack, that is her 2nd of the season, the 5th of her career. A junior from Coppell, Texas. So Kate Colvin checks in for Texas A&M, and Jazz Wilkinson checks out of the lineup. Colvin will be up top as the single runner. There you see right now number 2 for the Aggies. Coming out of it, however, again is Pack. Out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in Texas A&M. Oklahoma with a 2-1 win, a 2-1 lead over the Aggies in a very entertaining game. Right in the middle, that's McNulty. Lays it out near side, trying to get it to Eichel Barner. They don't connect, and the Aggies come up with it. That's Taylor Jernigan to Pounds to Ivy. Grace Ivy, the sophomore. That's Pante. Aggies switch the field. Ball over the head of Addy Armenta.
Not a bad idea. He had a weak side overload there. Taylor Jernigan had actually dropped down. Addy Armenta with a big overlapping run and found herself on the back line for OU. Just needed to be a little bit more of a floated effort there for Margot Matula, but the idea was right.
With 16:49 left to play in the first half. 3 shots for Texas A&M, 3 for Oklahoma, 3 shots on goal for A&M, 3 shots on goal for Oklahoma, and a corner kick apiece. But it's the Sooners with a stat advantage and the one that matters. 2-1, that's Washington. She runs into Calzada. Ball comes back to Calzada off the foot of Colvin. Calzada taking it down the channel, but running it down there is going to be Kaylee England. And let's see, another substitution for Texas A&M. This Wednesday's SEC volleyball double header number 15. Tennessee host Alabama at the Food City Center in Knoxville at 7 Eastern, 6 Central. And then number 25 Arkansas is going to host Georgia at the Barn in Fayetteville. Should be a great night for volleyball right here on the SEC Network and the ESPN app. I was watching a replay of a volleyball match this morning, and I tell you, I've done PA for volleyball, college volleyball in the past, and it is a great, great game, and there are some great athletes out there playing. Do yourself a favor one of these days and tune in to an SEC volleyball match. Bay Bear's going to get a ball off, go into the back. Eichelborner shot comes in, it'll go well wide, and a goal kick coming up for Texas A&M.
A little bit of a counter opportunity there. A&M putting a ton of pressure on OU's back line, flattened them out, but won the ball. First look forward. Again, wide open game. OU keeping their 2 forwards tight on the center backs through that center channel. Again, those outside mids for OU just incredibly fit. Able to join into the counter and turn a 4-4-2 into a 4-2-4 really, really quick.
Georgia Leb for Texas A&M out wide to Pante on the far side. And we're going to have a whistle and a foul called on Oklahoma.
Yeah,
Going to be Meredith King who is whistled for the foul. It'll be a free kick coming up for Texas A&M.
yeah, she doesn't agree with that. And Pante with this outside shot right here into that space. King tried to beat her to that space, made contact with Pante before establishing herself in that space. Easy call, no-brainer for the center official. And Sydney Becerra just came off the field. This is where you might miss Sydney Becerra, the free kick special. She could 100% put this on frame and score from this. Looks like Georgia Leb's going to stand over the ball from about 25 out.
Leb will send it well high. But you're right. That's right in Becerra's wheelhouse. We've seen her score a couple of times this year for Texas A&M from just that position. And a substitution coming in for Oklahoma. It's going to be Juliet Rayo who will check into the lineup. There you see number 10, Rayo. He's a freshman from Wiley, Texas. Has 2 goals and an assist on the season. Jernigan sends it up the sideline, poked out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Texas A&M. Sent out of bounds there by Cassie Clifton. Back into Colvin. Nice move there by Colvin to get herself free. She's trying to cut it there to Georgia Leb. And Leb ran into one of the Oklahoma players. Leb was making an inside-out run.
Just a really dynamic run at full speed here. Kate Colvin with a sneaky ball.
Yeah, it was.
And yeah, that was Kaylee England disrupting Georgia Leb's run.
Colvin coming up. Caroline Duffy wants some space. And Colvin's going to get a card. But one thing as well.
Well, the argument here,
Duffy is running into, running up to cut that distance down.
And there's two things here. Is that Duffy wants to put the ball on the ground and play from the ground.
Right.
If she's going to make a long toss, that ball is live. And Colvin and Wilkinson earlier are absolutely within their right to hold that space and challenge it to keep Duffy, who can absolutely thump the ball, from playing that long ball in and force her to drop kick the ball.
Yep.
In that situation, she had not committed to either one, and Kate Colvin charged her and picked up the yellow. And the referee just went over there and told Duffy, is like, you've got to make your decision faster. You're holding onto the ball way too long. Now, whether that card was warranted on Colvin, I don't agree with it, but I understand where he was coming from.
Colvin trying to cut through traffic. It's going to be Oklahoma who comes up with it. Harrell plays it out wide to Washington. Washington back away from pressure to England. Ball headed there into the middle of the field. Grace Ivy to Georgia Leb out on the near flank. That's Taylor Jernigan on the diagonal. Just a little bit too much pace on the touch caused her to lose the ball. Clifton sends it across the halfway line. Nice overlap there. Down into the channel. McNulty trying to track it down. It will go over the sideline and be a throw-in for Oklahoma.
Tick-tock, referee! Tick-tock! Tick-tock! Tick-tock!
Armena gets a head on it. Ball still on the ground inside the penalty area. Finally cleared away by the Aggies. And it'll be sent out of bounds. You see these players, and I mentioned this a couple of times this season, but only because I don't know that enough people appreciate what's going on out there in the field. Here it is. It's 94, 95 degrees by now out here. And these players during the course of this 90-minute game, the players that are out there 90 minutes, and many of them will be very close to it, they're going to run about 6.5, 7 miles. And it's not just a leisurely Sunday afternoon jog. I mean, these are incredibly well-conditioned athletes. Ball into Colvin. Can't quite catch up to it. Too much pace on the ball from Leb.
Man, what a great idea and what a missed opportunity. A little bit of pressure from the weak side from Mia Pante and Kate Colvin running at the OU back line. Again, just a poor clearance there. And again, Georgia Leb just trying to put Kate Colvin in. Kate Colvin had to hold her run to stay on sides. Not able to chase that ball down before it goes over the touchline.
If you had Pante closing from the other side. But again, just a little bit too much pace on the ball coming in from Leb, and Colvin couldn't track it down for Texas A&M.
Change it if you can.
Easy, Mo, easy, leave it.
Tell you, one of the battles that I've enjoyed watching here so far in the first half on the other side of the field is Meredith King playing right back for Oklahoma, and Mia Pante, the outside mid on the left-hand side for Texas A&M. Those two have just been going at it all day long.
Yeah, and Meredith King is someone they want to get involved in the attack, but when you have the threat that is Mia Pante, that's keeping Meredith King home a little bit. That's flattening out OU's back line. What a great run there, and a good ball from Grace Ivy, trying to find Georgia Leb.
Ball played away from pressure by Taylor Pounds. Calzada to Pante on the far side. Ball still free. Pante hustling up into the penalty area. She was hit from the side. The official's going to say no, and it's going to be a goal kick as it was gathered up there by
Pante
Caroline Duffy.
Pante kept her balance there, Dave. I think if she would have went down, that would have been a PK.
Yeah, I think you may be
he's
right.
going VAR here.
He's going to go VAR. He looked at the scoreboard and saw the replay up there, and then decided to come over and look at it here on the sideline.
Again, high pressure from Pante here, disrupts this clearance. Again, England trying to lump this out. Pante with the bottom of the cleat, attacks the touchline. Again, there's the...
I think that may be a PK. We'll have to just see.
It looked like she might have came into the back of her in between goal.
Of course, I'm only right about maybe 10% of the time, so don't go by what I say for sure. There you see our center official back over. Boy, he's made good use of the VAR replay today. Again, 2-1 here, Texas A&M.
Here it is.
One more look.
So Pante, great touch inside of England's recovery run.
I don't know.
That looks fairly shoulder to shoulder to me, but we'll see what.
After review, the call on the field is confirmed. It was shoulder to shoulder.
Shoulder to shoulder. Yep. Looks shoulder to shoulder to me.
Yep. That's exactly what.
And that's what
you said.
That's what VAR is for. Well done there.
You're exactly right, and that's what it was shoulder to shoulder. I thought in real speed, I thought it was a little bit more into the back.
Into the back, yeah. Yep.
But on replay, it was shoulder to shoulder, and that was a good call. See, that's why I'm up here and not down there. That's just one of about 100 reasons, but that's one of them.
See, and that's what Jazz Wilkinson and now Kate Colvin were trying to deny, is that ball right there. Caroline Duffy wants to put on the ground and serve that long ball in.
Morrell sent it in. Rayo back to Pack, who cuts it there. To Eichelbarner, right in.
Offsides.
Yep, going to be an offside call. Getting caught in there was Abigail McNulty. Just a step or two offside. 4 shots for Texas A&M, 3 of which have been on frame. Same thing for Oklahoma, 4 and 3.
Little interplay here.
There you go.
Yep. About 2 yards, well offsides.
Yep.
Taylor, play an extra 10 yards deep, okay? On her kick.
Margot Matula will take the free kick. Nice ball out near side. It's going to go to Clifton. Run it down into the corner to McNulty. And let's see. Going to be substitution first for Texas A&M. Checking out of the lineup is going to be Mia Pante. Checking in for the Aggies will be Kennedy Clark. Matisse is going to take the throw in for the Sooners. Keller Matisse sends the ball in. High, corner of the 6, Margot Matula heads it. Kennedy Clark and Matisse battling for it. Still in play. Now it's going to go out of bounds. It should be a throw in, for Oklahoma.
We'll see Matisse throw this in again. Again, about 30 yards on her throw. Again, they're looking to flick this on, put it towards the far post. A little bit of a push in the back there, not called.
Aggies cleared away from pressure. Colvin trying to run it down, and does. Gets it out far side, trying to get it to Jernigan. We're going to have a whistle and a foul called as Kate Colvin for Texas A&M will take it down. There you see number 2 for the Aggies.
It just looked to play advantage. Advantage was not rewarded there. Yep, King with the foul.
Margot Matula puts it in play near side. Clark to Colvin. And let's see. He's going to say it's going to be a throw in to Oklahoma. Cassie Clifton will take it, number 23 for the Sooners. Oh, she's going to give away to Keller Matisse. There's a long throw. Gets it over everybody's head. Hit high by Margot Matula. And let's see, going to be a throw in Texas A&M. Addie Armenta will take it.
Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. Oh,
Jernigan sends the ball forward, trying to get it to Colvin. They don't connect, cleared away by the Sooners. That's Macy Matula. Heading away there.
Let's go, let's go.
By the Sooners. Addie Armenta in the foot race with Keller Matisse, but it's going to be Armenta who sends it up the sideline. And Kennedy Clark for the Aggies tried to keep it in play but couldn't do it. It'll be a throw in for Oklahoma. Matisse one more time. She's demonstrated that she has a good throw.
Time, ref. That's out there.
And out of bounds one more time. It'll be a throw in this time to Texas A&M. And right back to the Sooners.
Thank you. Thank you.
Matisse one more time. She's a senior from Dallas. Played 2 years for Arkansas. Holding in line, be a goal kick coming up for Texas A&M. Winding down to 2 minutes left to play in the first half. Oklahoma with goals from Ella Pappas and Michelle Pack. Mia Pante found the back of the net for Texas A&M.
Get a hold of the ball. Let's play. Play. Don't just kick
Again,
it.
4 shots apiece. Both teams putting 3 of those 4 on frame. Colvin for Texas A&M. Colvin steps in, trying to win it, and does. Kennedy Clark finds herself with the ball at her feet, cuts a square ball into the middle of the field. Leb back to Clark on the near side. Sends a square ball into the middle of the field. Leb had it and then just could not get on the end of it, and we're going to have, I believe, an offside call. Yep. Not sure who got caught offside. It could have been Leb. It could have been
Jernigan, maybe possibly Taylor Jernigan over there on the weak side.
Could have been Jernigan as well.
What a dangerous ball there from Kennedy Clark.
Deeper.
And Georgia Leb unable to get that with her left foot.
Yep.
Not enough juice on that service to redirect it with her first touch, but she just could not get a touch on that ball to maybe put on frame with her second.
Come the Sooners again. Ball over the crossbar. Shot from distance there from Morgan Eichelbarner.
Boy, did Eichelbarner put her foot through that one.
Yep, she did. The ball was bending away just a little bit lower, and that would have been trouble. Kennedy Clark, inside out run to Colvin. Gets a ball, got a shot off, but fielded there, no problem, by Caroline Duffy. Colvin, number 2 for Texas A&M, has been plagued by injuries this season. This is her second game in a row to be back. Had problems with hamstrings, but she has been back on the field. 2-1 here at halftime. You should see Michelle Pack, who scored the second goal, the go-ahead goal for Arkansas here. Her second of the season. Been an entertaining first half. Just been a lot of fun to watch. If you're just a soccer fan, hang around because it's only going to get better. Texas A&M and Oklahoma. Both of these teams will go off and take a quick break, and then they'll be back. We're going to be back too, but first we're going to take a break as well. We'll be right back right after this. Well, we're back at halftime here at Ellis Field, and Oklahoma holds a 2-1 lead over the Aggies. You know, one of the burning questions of the day, no doubt, is what is your dream concert lineup? Well, we asked the Aggies
Through the center channel to challenge Duffy from distance.
Oklahoma with the ball. You know, so often we talk about games being very, very even, very close. And a lot of times it's because two teams are playing very conservatively, you know, almost, you know, trying not to lose, that kind of approach. This is not the case with this game.
No.
Both of these teams are going wide open. They're playing fearless soccer from one end of the field to the other. And it has just been a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, both very forward-minded, but in different channels, right? A&M being very forward-minded in transition, finding those flank players. OU being very forward-minded, finding their central two.
Calzada kept in play by Macy Matula. Ball flicked on by Callie England, and it was, for Texas A&M, it was Jazz Wilkinson, number 21, who was trying to run it down. She couldn't get it, but the Aggies keep it in the attacking half. That's Mia Pante here on the near side. Macy Matula there, number 18 with the ball. She'll play it back to Carolyn Calzada. To Addie Armenta. Throw in for Oklahoma on the far side of the field. Ball forward to Jazz Wilkinson. She gets past, still there with the ball. She got past Kaylee England, kind of cut the ball in and then lost possession. A little too much of a touch.
Yeah, well, just a tremendous first touch from Jazz Wilkinson. Again, running that ball down, committing both center backs from Oklahoma. And this touch here, boom, and then the saving poke tackle right here. Other than that, Jazz Wilkinson was 1v1 uncontested against Duffy there.
Yeah, great job by England to recover.
Yeah, who had just gotten beat by that inside chop from Jazz Wilkinson.
Anderson Williams, who started the second half for Texas A&M, in the middle of the field. She is in the game for Grace Ivy. Armenta.
Keep working.
And we have a Sooner player down over there. Looks like she got kicked in the ankle.
Shin to shin when she tried to poke that ball away from Armenta. I think it got her right up below the shin guard.
Yeah, that's Sophia Green.
Is he going to call a foul?
Apparently so.
I thought that would be a drop ball in A&M's favor. Addie Armenta here with that heavy touch. Oh, she does poke that ball away. Oh, maybe she might have got stepped on. Okay, that makes again in the run of play, it didn't look like Armenta had committed a foul, but a little bit of a heavy touch. Armenta trying to make up for it. Looked like she might have stepped on her foot.
Duffy puts the ball in play for the Sooners. Calzada clears it out of the penalty area. Whistle and a foul there as Kaylee England went into the back of Jazz Wilkinson. It'll be a free kick coming up for Texas A&M right at the halfway line. Margot Matula will take it. Becerra. That's Matula to Matula. The two sisters. Jazz Wilkinson down to Pante in the channel on the near side. Texas A&M in the early moments here of the second half appear to be a little bit more patient. Margot Matula ahead to Jazz Wilkinson, back to goal. Wilkinson just didn't have a lot of options there.
It's no secret what A&M's trying to do. They're finding Jazz Wilkinson with back to goal and committing both the center backs for Oklahoma. And again, try to find Jazz Wilkinson, maybe a one-touch bump back to the attacking mids for A&M. But again, you'll see OU's two center midfielders sink in that transitional moment and almost man mark A&M's two attacking mids when that ball goes forward. So when the ball gets played into Jazz Wilkinson's feet with her back to goal, again, so that's going to free up Taylor Pounds. So if there's a bump opportunity with Anderson Williams and Becerra covered up by the center mids for OU, Taylor Pounds has got to make herself available for that bump back opportunity if she's not able to kick it wide to Pante or Taylor Jernigan.
I think the other thing that says, and you're the expert here and I'm not, but it says that OU has a lot of confidence in their outside backs. When you have the two center backs in there closing on Wilkinson,
yep,
then that puts a lot of pressure on your outside backs.
You're spot on, because they can't slide over as a second defender against the likes of Mia Pante and Taylor Jernigan when Jazz Wilkinson has them committed centrally. So you have listened to me over the years, Dave. You're starting to pick up on things.
I've tried not to, but sometimes it gets through anyway. Throw in for Texas A&M on the near side. Ball played back to Pounds. Whistle and a foul called on Texas A&M. Free kick coming up for Oklahoma. There's Oklahoma head coach Matt Mott. Talked to him yesterday, interesting comment, or Friday actually. Asked him about, he was in the SEC and now head coach at Oklahoma and coming back to the SEC. He said, I wouldn't have taken the job if Oklahoma wasn't going to be in the SEC. He had some interesting things to say about, and I know Coach Guerrieri at Texas A&M has the same sentiment. Talk about the SEC conference in terms of soccer, that it's one of, if not the strongest soccer conferences in the country. Even if you put it up against the ACC or the Big Ten or whatever. And the reason is not because the top end teams, the top 3 or 4 teams in the conference are better than anybody else's top 3 or 4 teams. It is the fact that the bottom 3, 4, 5, 6 teams are better than the other conferences' bottom 3, 4, 5, 6 teams, such that there's never a day off.
Right.
I mean,
right.
every team in the conference is capable of beating you anytime you go out there if you're not at the top of your game, and that's what makes the SEC such a hard conference to play in, is because every one of the teams is good. They're just no days off. Carolyn Calzada with it for Texas A&M, plays it out wide far side. That's Addie Armenta on the overlap, sends the ball in over everybody's head. Jazz Wilkinson went down in the box. Back to Macy Matula. She'll chip it in. Anderson Williams tried to get ahead on it and couldn't do it. Carolyn Calzada out in the channel to Armenta. Still trying to turn the corner. Ball comes in.
Boy, A&M, again, with possession, and it's not just possession for the sake of possession. It's possession with a purpose. I mean, they're going sideline to sideline. A lot of dynamic movement with their middle 3. A lot of players checking to the ball, showing feet, finding those pockets of space, and really flattening out. I mean, OU defending in 2 blocks of 4 right now, 2 flat blocks of 4, and that's because of A&M's pressure.
That's going to belong to Texas A&M, excuse me, to Oklahoma on the throw-in. Ball headed away out off of an A&M player.
And again, this sustained, we've seen the pace of this game. This sustained possession could pay dividends later on. Obviously, A&M, they want to press, they want to get the equalizer, but the more OU chases, the more fatigued they're going to be.
Yeah, that is absolutely the case. And you think about, again, both teams end up fighting fatigue because it is such a taxing game in terms of the amount that they're going to run in this kind of temperature. But you're right, it is more taxing as Jernigan gets past a couple of defenders trying to chase it down. She's going to get a shot off, go wide of the near side post. But what I was going to say was that it's, as you see, Taylor Jernigan for Texas A&M. It is true that it is more tiring to chase, to play defense, than it is to be on the attack. It just is. It takes more out of you. It just feels that way, both physically and mentally.
One of Phil Stevenson, the associate head coach, longtime associate head coach for Texas A&M, has a go-to saying, is that when you have the ball, you play. When you don't, you work, and you want to play. It's more fun. It's more rewarding when you let the ball do the work. The ball doesn't have lungs or emotions or anything like that. Let the ball do the work, because when you let the ball do the work, you play, and when you don't, when you have the ball, you play. When you don't, you work.
Right. Armenta trying to get the ball away from pressure. It'll go out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Oklahoma on the far side of the field. And a substitution for the Sooners. Checking into the lineup is going to be Morgan Eichelbarner.
Very active. Coming off the bench in the first half was Eichelbarner. Again, played a little over 18 minutes in the first half. Had a shot from distance. Again, she can strike it just as well as Green or Weber can.
Eichelbarner down in the corner will go out and be a throw-in for Texas A&M, just short of the flag. And our center official is asking everybody to go back. In the middle there, blowing the whistle, is Corey Rockwell. And Corey Rockwell is one of the best officials, in my opinion, that you will find at just about any level.
Yeah, not just in the conference. I think nationally, I think he really is quality. You're not gonna, you might not hear those sentiments uttered from the booth very often, but Corey, he is a fantastic official.
Shot taken there. It's going to be over the goal. Nice defense over there on the far side of the field by Addie Armenta.
Again, Addie Armenta's her balance, her ability to change direction, low center of gravity, just a tremendous 1v1 defender, a converted outside back. loves to go forward. Again, she still has that attacking mindset. Just a perfect fit in what this coaching staff for Texas A&M wants out of their outside backs.
Wilkinson tries to turn, can't do it. Nice job there to break that up by the Sooners. Anderson Williams to Taylor Pounds. Pounds sends it away from pressure. In some space now is Sid Becerra for Texas A&M. Plays it out near side. That's Pante, and she's going to be called for offside.
Wow, she was, Dave. She wasn't offside by much. Just a tremendous opportunity to free up Becerra over here on the left side, kind of left side of the center channel there. She went right at the back line. King was forced to pinch in as the first defender, the pressure defender. Released that ball to Pante, found her feet. Again, was able to take a touch, but flagged early for offsides.
And that's one of the keys. You just saw one of the keys that Texas A&M has to do here in this half, in my opinion, is get the ball to Becerra in space so that she can put pressure on that back line and then dish the ball off to one side or the other. And if they, as Pante gets to the ball, broken up nicely there by the Sooners, cleared away. Meredith King back to Becerra, so that Becerra can serve the ball out wide or take the shot herself. Ball sent away.
Boy, you've seen that. You've seen that more in the first 15 minutes of the game from OU than you did the entire first half. It's just relieving pressure with just a aimless, pointless long ball. And again, it's something they want to do in attack, and they love sending it forward and pressing the back four for A&M, but they want to do it in a controlled manner, not in a panicked, I've got to relieve pressure immediately because of what A&M's doing type situation.
Jernigan for Texas A&M.
There's a weak side overload there on the far channel that Jernigan missed. Addie Armenta still just keeps herself hit there in the attacking third from her right back position. And this will collapse the defense as well. Watch Calzada and Marga Matula maybe take a couple heavy touches and commit somebody centrally, free up even more space out wide.
Nice ball there to Becerra, corner of the 18. Poked away, great defensive play there by England. Becerra with the shot. Got a little top overspin on it. Didn't really hit that cleanly.
Didn't quite get her foot all the way through. Hit the outside of the ball. She was trying to bend and dip it over Duffy, who was slightly off of her line. Just didn't put enough of her foot through the ball. But what a great idea here with her third toe. Oh, a little bit of a deflection there.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what caused the overspin on the ball, was the deflection.
And we've seen Sid Becerra score some tremendous goals from that distance. Just from our vantage point, looked like she just might not have gotten her foot through the ball enough, but it was indeed deflected.
And it's going to go out of bounds. Should be a throw-in for Texas A&M. Yep, that's what it's going to be. And we've got a couple of substitutions. Hey, don't forget it. Tuesday at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, over on the SEC Network. We're going to have our latest episode of True South. John T. Edge travels the whole hog triangle of Middle Tennessee to eat Midland sandwiches capped with slaw at Scott's Barbecue in Lexington and Ramey's Barbecue in Parsons. I have been to both of those places. It makes me hungry just to think about it, and it's going to be another great show. I can tell you that.
It's such a cool show. It's such a unique idea.
I love it, and I love John T. Edge. I mean, the way his voice, the way he presents the show, it's just brilliant. He does a super job. Do yourself a favor and watch it.
I mean, he looks like tech support, but he just but puts on such a but such a unique idea and such a cool show. And you're right.
Colvin turns, gets a shot off, going to her right to stop the ball there. And once again, it's going to be Caroline Duffy.
Yeah, just a little flat on that final touch before hitting it. It really couldn't square her hips and put her foot through the ball when trying to test Duffy there.
7 shots for Texas A&M, 5 of which have been on frame. 6 shots for the Sooners, 3 of which have been on frame. McNulty going against Micaiah McDonald, who checked in for Taylor Jernigan just a moment ago. Ball in the middle, penalty spot cleared away by Carolyn Calzada. King keeps it in play. Now the Aggies get it right back. Mia Pante on the run, going against King. Pante cuts inside, now back outside, still on the ball. Told you earlier that was going to be a battle all day long, and it has been. Grace Ivy with the ball.
OU defending that center channel.
Ball comes in. Colvin trying to close on it. Can't get there. Looks like she bent her run just a little bit. I don't know if that was to stay on sides or just exactly what.
Yeah, and just a little bit more elevation there from Pante, and Colvin would have been on the receiving end of that uncontested. Let's see if she was in an onside positions here. I think maybe a half a yard off, but the referee, I guess he let the ball go over the touchline. The far side official didn't put his flag up, but again, just the sustained pressure here from A&M in the second half, who just adjusted their shape. So the game within the game continues. A&M now in a back 3.
Morrell. Shot taken there by Pappas. Just didn't get a lot on it. Kind of turned and had her body moving away from the ball. Just couldn't put a lot of pace on the ball. Just a moment ago, Juliet Rayo for Oklahoma checked into the lineup. She wears number 10. Wilkinson trying to get to that ball. Cleared away by Caroline Duffy.
Just a poorly weighted negative pass, trying to relieve pressure through Duffy, and Taylor Jernigan almost punished that effort.
Here comes the Sooners. Far side. Looking for the cross in. It's going to go off of the body of Carolyn Calzada on the cross sent in there by McNulty. And it's going to be a corner kick coming up for Oklahoma. Just Oklahoma's second corner kick of the day. The Aggies have won. 7 shots for both teams. It wouldn't be unusual at all for either one or both of these teams to have twice as many shots at this point in the game as they have today. But that's been, we got foul, I believe. Yep. And it's going to be a free kick coming up.
So what that call was OU is allowed to occupy that space. If players allowed to occupy that space on those corner kick opportunities, they can stay within the field of play. However, if they deny the goalkeeper's ability to approach a ball, meaning if they step into that space, if they commit to that space, they've got to hold that space. They cannot interrupt a goalkeeper's attempt to make a save, and they did that there, and they were called for it.
McNulty with a diagonal ball in, comes all the way through there to Pappas. It'll be cleared away, and it's Pante who comes back with it. Diagonal ball into the middle of the field. Colvin, it was behind her.
Boy, made a big time diagonal run from the weak side there.
Here comes OU again. Margot Matula, great job there to poke that ball away.
And
Now Grace Ivy.
A&M has shifted to a 3-5-2.
Ball on the far side.
So even in a 3-5-2, Dave, the offensive philosophy maintains the same.
Yep. That's Michelle Pack with the ball. Already has a goal so far today for the Sooners. Ball sent in, right at the penalty spot. Got to go all the way through and out on the near side. And it will be, I believe, Yep, goal kick, throw in for Texas A&M.
Jay, work across, Jay! Jay, work across!
No, they are long. I just like to return.
Let's see, we have a whistle and one of the Aggies down on the field. And it's going to be a hydration break. We'll take advantage of this. Still 2-1, Oklahoma. Great game. Don't you go anywhere. We're going to be right back with a continuation right after this. All right, we are back here in College Station, Texas, where the Aggies and the Oklahoma Sooners have been going at it all afternoon, and Oklahoma has a 2-1 advantage right there. And you want to talk about how tough it is in the SEC? Well, look at this. Now, this is counting today's game over the next three opponents. Again, counting today's game. Their combined record for Oklahoma that Oklahoma has to face. 19-6-2. Those are the three teams that they face next. Again, including today's game. Texas A&M, their next three opponents, and that is Oklahoma today, Auburn on Thursday, and University of Texas on Sunday. The combined record of those three teams is 22 wins, 2 losses, and 3 ties. I mean, it is anywhere you go, it is just a tough, hard sled to pull to get through this SEC schedule. And I'll tell you right now, nobody's going to go through this conference schedule, the 10-game schedule, undefeated. I would, if I had any money, I would put money on that. But I mean, it is just that hard. It's hard to win on the road. It's hard. It's frankly hard to win at home. I mean, every team is capable of beating any other team on any given day, and it's just. I know that that's a cliche, but it is indeed the truth. And it can turn on a dime. You look at just the results so far. They're just. It's a different animal when you get into SEC play. Here come the Sooners. Rayo still on the ball, tries to slot it through, cleared away by Taylor Pounds for Texas A&M. He's trying to get the ball through to Leone Weber, but just couldn't do it. And again, throw in for OU here on the near side of the field. Whistle and a foul called there. Be a free kick coming up for Texas A&M. OU with the ball. Taylor Pounds cuts it off, but kept in play. And the attacking third. Weber sends a cross in just outside the penalty spot. Turning the corner right there is McNulty. Still on the ball, and Margot Matula cuts it away as the number 22s battle each other, and that's Kate Colvin coming up. Sends the ball in the middle of the field to Anderson Williams. Out near side to Mia Pante. Pante going against King again. Tries to poke it through, and it's going to be cleared away. Weber lays it off. Collision there between Rayo and Macy Matula. Substitution for Oklahoma. Checking into the lineup is going to be Alexis Washington. Checking out for the Sooners, Ella Pappas. Ball headed out of bounds by Macy Matula. Meredith King with the throw in. Taylor Pounds wins the return. Sent high far side. Margot Matula and Juliet Rayo going at it. Michelle Pack sends a ball forward down in the corner. McNulty looking to turn the corner. Can't quite do it. Good job there by Carolyn Calzada.
Wow, her ability to flip her hips and poke tackle in the same motion, just impressive there in that 1v1 defensive. Again, just a difficult ask there from Carolyn Calzada to make that run into the far side from her center back position to deny that opportunity.
Colvin for Texas A&M comes out with it. Jazz Wilkinson lays the ball off to Grace Ivy. Deflected by a Sooner, but the rebound comes to Mia Pante. Still on the ball. Sends a ball in wide left. That might have been a little bit ambitious from Pante.
Yeah, I think there was a passing lane from Jazz Wilkinson there on Pante's first touch, which was inside. Jazz Wilkinson kicked herself wide to open up that space and actually asked Pante for that ball through that channel right there. But Pante, again, unable to really put her foot through it and truly test Duffy from distance.
Jazz Wilkinson checks out of the lineup, and checking in will be Allison Lowry. She wears number 35 for Texas A&M. Lowry, transfer from Rutgers, grad student from Bridgewater, New Jersey, has 22 career goals. And she's one of those players, both teams have several like this. There you see her number 35 right there. Allie Lowry, the motor just never switches off. And so coming in at this point in the game where a lot of these players have already got some miles on them, she can be tough to handle. Throw in will go to Oklahoma. Meredith King will take it. Michelle Pack wins that race, sends it away. Back to her, comes up with a rebound. Still with the ball. Now it's going to be Margot Matula who comes over and gets the tackle, sends it out of bounds, and a throw in for the Sooners. Ball sent out of bounds. Throw in Texas A&M on the far side. Micaiah McDonald will take it a couple of yards short of the halfway line. Back to Margot Matula. Into the middle to Carolyn Calzada. As Jeff mentioned a while ago, Texas A&M switched to a three-back here. Put a little bit more personnel in the middle of the park. Pante's going to lose it out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in right in front of the Texas A&M bench, and it will belong to Meredith King. Long ball forward. Collision there between Taylor Pounds and Leonie Weber. Foul called on Weber, and it will be put back in play by Carolyn Calzada. Missed opportunity there off the foot of Margot Matula.
Looks like OU has dipped in defensively into more of a 4-5-1 look, but you'll see Rayo kind of become that second forward in transition. So yeah, they're defending in a 4-5-1, and they're going to attack in a 4-4-2. Again, they kind of held that 4-4-2 for for the entirety of the first half, and even in the first 20 minutes or so of the second half. But I think that's a result of, again, A&M sustained pressure and A&M sustained possession. A&M the better team here in the second half, forcing OU to change their shape as well.
And we've got substitutions for both teams. Checking into the lineup for Texas A&M is going to be Sydney Becerra along with Kat Campbell. Campbell wears number 27. Becerra wears number 7. Kate Colvin will check out of the lineup, as will Anderson Williams. Checking in for Oklahoma will be Sophia Green, and checking out will be Leonie Weber. All over the end line. It should be a goal kick coming up. Oklahoma has a player down over there. May have hit the back of her head on the turf as she went down. They'll stop the clock, make sure that she gets medical attention. That's one of the things in college soccer nowadays. The officials are very, very conscious of any kind of blow to the head, and they are going to stop the game immediately and make sure that the player is in good shape. And you see just right over there, right over there by the side of the field, there was an EMT person, and they just walked out on the field, brought some whatever equipment that they might need just to check on her and make sure she's okay. They weren't asked to come out there, but that's just one of the things, again, one of the things that is the case in college soccer that they're very, very careful about. And you've got Matt Mott out there checking, make sure everything is okay.
And it looks like we're going to have a VAR here as well.
Yep, Corey Rockwell has come over to look and see just what happened. I didn't, to be honest about it, in the run of play, I didn't see all that much. I'm not sure exactly what happened.
Okay, sorry. Pause there. Let's see if we got it. Yeah, play at 25%.
Okay.
All right, and now let's slow up. Let's see, keep going slow. Okay. All right, give me the top right corner. No, she's already going down. All right, play it through. I just want to see how she hits her head. Play it all the way through. Yep.
So again, Corey Rockwell is over looking at the VAR just to see exactly what happened. Both you've got player down on the turf, you've got medical folks out there making sure that she's going to be all right, and that's part of the protocol with any kind of
Call on the field is confirmed. No penalty kick. The defender
Okay, no
accidentally
penalty
kicked her
kick.
as she was trying to avoid her when she was already on the ground, but it's no penalty kick. Restart as a goal kick.
You may have been able to hear that as the crowd was kind of quiet. No penalty kick. It was not intentional.
Just inadvertent contact. The contact was made as she was going towards falling towards the ground, if I heard him correctly.
Yeah, I think that was the case. Okay, I tell you what. While this is going on, let's go ahead and take a break, and we'll be back right after this. This is Texas A&M and Oklahoma. All right, we're back here at Ellis Field on the campus of Texas A&M University. We've got 13 minutes and 38 seconds left to play. Oklahoma with a 2-1 lead over Texas A&M, and we're in break right now because of an injury to a player on the field. And so we're going to take another break along with it, and we will rejoin. We will get back to the game as soon as we get through with this break. Again, this is All right, we're back here at Ellis Field in College Station, Texas, on the campus of Texas A&M University. We are still in an injury timeout. One of the Oklahoma players is down near the end line. You see the group around her right now, the medical personnel, getting her stabilized. And we don't know exactly who the player is, nor do we know exactly the nature of the injury, so we're not going to comment on that. But it looks like they may here shortly be bringing a cart out to transport her off. You still got University of Oklahoma head coach Matt Mott out there along with various medical personnel. And of course, all of these games are staffed with by physicians who can help with whatever treatment needs and diagnosis needs to be done. And you've got, you see as well, the Oklahoma medical training staff, along with the Texas A&M training staff out there. When you have a player down on the field, the difference between one team and the other goes away, and it's just all about making sure that they get the medical care that they need. All right, so while this continues to go on, let's go ahead and take another break. We'll be back. Again, Oklahoma leads 2-1 over Texas A&M. We'll be right back right after this. All right, we're back here one more time at Ellis Field on the campus of Texas A&M University, still dealing with an injury to one of the Oklahoma players. We don't know which Oklahoma player that is, and we are not about to guess and cause anybody any undue worry. So we're not going to say unless we know absolutely sure, and to be honest about it, don't have any idea right now. So what they have done is brought an ambulance out onto the field. They're going to load the player up and get her to whatever kind of medical care she needs. Oklahoma coach Matt Mott has been out there along with Texas A&M head coach G. Guerreri. Kirk Magnuson, the director of soccer operations for Texas A&M, has been out there to make sure that that whatever is needed is made available to the medical staff. Physicians here on site are out there with whatever care needs to be provided, as well as the training staff for both teams. So that's kind of where we are right now, and we'll get back to play in a few minutes. And I should say, just by the way, I thought we were commenting when we were doing a commercial. Oklahoma coach Matt Mott waved his team out there to come out there to so that they could give best wishes to their teammate, and then also it kind of gives them an idea of what may be going on, and so that they can be reassured that ultimately everything is going to be all right. So I think that was a great move on his part. So you hear the applause in the background as the player is loaded onto the cart, and we'll be taken to the ambulance and then to the hospital, to one of the local hospitals. And by the way, there's absolutely fantastic medical care available in this community. So anyway, that's kind of where we are right now, and let's go ahead and take one more break if we can, and then we'll be back again, Texas A&M and Oklahoma. We'll get back to soccer here shortly. Well, we're back here in College Station at Ellis Field on the campus of Texas A&M University, and we are back to just about to get back to playing soccer again. There you see the ambulance taking the Oklahoma player to one of the local hospitals. Oklahoma head coach Matt Mott was out there the entire time, as you would expect, as was medical staff from here in Texas A&M, training staff from both teams. Texas A&M head coach G. Guerreri as well. And here's the thing, is that now if you're Oklahoma, actually both teams, you got to, if you just had this experience, which nobody wants to see happen, and you got to get yourself back emotionally and mentally back into the game again, back into soccer mode. And that's,
and physically, Dave, because it was essentially a second halftime with the stoppage there.
Ball out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Texas A&M, just in the attacking half. Macy Matula will get it in. It's Pante who wins the ball. And it's going to be sent down, let's see, all the way down into the corner, trying to chase it down, and getting there was Meredith King. And the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Texas A&M, Oklahoma. Meredith King will take it, maybe 5-6 yards off the flag on the far side, on the near side, rather, And that ball will not get in, so the throw-in will go to Texas A&M. Macy Matula in to Grace Ivy, right at her feet. It's kind of a hard ball for Ivy to handle. Here comes Oklahoma, Carolyn Calzada dueling there with Michelle Pack, number 7 for Oklahoma. Calzada's number 16 for Texas A&M. Long ball forward. And let's see. Had a collision there between Allie Lowry and I believe
She was
Andy Wolf.
Yeah, she was looking for the flag, Dave. A little bit of a hold there.
Yeah.
As she was looking to run onto that ball in behind.
Yep, and Andy Wolf was not going to let her do that, and didn't get the call. Ball headed back. That is for Texas A&M. There's Kat Campbell, who headed over the near side. Campbell back to Pounds, out wide far side to Margot Matula. Tried to get the ball from Matula to Addie Armenta. Just too much pace on the ball for Armenta to get to it, and it'll be a goal kick coming up for the Oklahoma Sooners and Caroline Duffy. Duffy gets her foot into the ball. Cleared out of bounds by Oklahoma, and a throw in again for Texas A&M. Margot Matula will take it in. Lowry flicks the ball on there to Armenta. Armenta gets past the first defender, looking to cut the ball in. It goes over the end line. It'll be a corner kick coming up for Texas A&M. This is just the second corner kick of the afternoon, and there you see Oklahoma with two as well.
Addie Armenta entering the game, re-entering the game rather, as a wide player in that 3-5-2, which A&M has been in for the last 15 minutes or so.
Mia Pante will take it, going to be short. Back to Pante, chips the ball in, just wide of the upper 90 here on the near side.
2v1 there on the short corner. Mia Pante finds the ball at her feet just at the corner of the 18.
I'll tell you, when
Boy, did not miss by much.
When it left her foot, I thought it was going to be in. And you're going to see, yep, just.
Did not miss that far side upper 90 by much.
Goal kick comes out. Becerra out wide to Armenta. Back to Becerra. Now to Campbell. Plays it down in the corner, trying to get it to Armenta, but she's not going to be able to get it before it goes over the inline. Goal kick coming up for the Oklahoma Sooners. They lead 2-1. Under 10 minutes left here. There you see Caroline Duffy, 35 saves this season, second in the SEC. Just an outstanding goalkeeper, and she has done nothing in this game to prove otherwise. Ball sent down the sideline. That's Cassie Clifton. The Aggies bring it back. Armenta, Ivy on the one touch, trying to get it to Allie Lowry, and she cannot catch up to it before it goes over the line. 9 shots for Texas A&M, 5 on frame, 7 shots for OU, 4 shots on frame. Go ahead, Jeff.
Nah, just a great one-time redirect. Good recognition there just to try to spin that ball into Allie Lowry's run. Just unfortunately went over the touchline. A little bit of technical creativity there from Lowry to create a little bit of space, get herself off the sideline. Finds herself in the center channel with her off-the-ball movement.
Calzada over to the near side. That's Macy Matula. Carolyn Calzada in some space, brings it up. Near sideline to Mia Pante. Becerra in traffic. Give and go there from, I thought it was going to be back to Calzada, but it was on the sideline to Pante. She's taking it down the channel, looking for the cross, gets it off in the middle.
Yeah, that was the right run from Allie. The step over right there, that was the right run.
And shoulder there from Carolyn Calzada into the body of the Oklahoma player.
Get back. Get back.
Yeah, big clearance out here.
Yep, Sophia Green, I believe. Yep. Big collision there. It's going to be a free kick coming up for the Sooners.
Yeah, Calzada just a half second late there in challenging for that ball.
Headed out of bounds by the Aggies, and a throw in again for Oklahoma. Meredith King will take it right in front of the Texas A&M bench. Sent out again, bounds again by the Aggies. Comes to Allie Lowry. She's being held from behind. And yeah, it's going to be a whistle and a foul called on Oklahoma. Free kick coming up for Texas A&M.
Yeah, just boxing out for the rebound here, Dave. But 2 hands around the rib cage. Second defender comes in and gets a piece. Easy call for Corey Rockwell.
Becerra tried to turn on the ball, lost possession. Morrell lays it out near side to Washington. Washington still with the ball. She and Pante battling for it, and it should be, we're going to have a clock stoppage substitution here. Checking in will be Juliet Rayo, and checking out will be Sophia Green, and substitution for Texas A&M as well. Checking into the lineup is going to be Reese Roop, and that's Roop on the ball right there. Slots it through, lays it back there to Ivy. They don't connect. That was a great ball from Roop. I mean, right off the jump, as soon as she checks into the contest. And that pass will go over the inline. But Reese Roop has checked into the lineup for Allie Lowry.
And she's an absolute spark plug.
Yeah, she is. She's a redshirt freshman out of Spring, Texas.
You watch her play, and she reminds me of a maybe a little bit taller Allie Russell. Just her movement, her work ethic, and her explosiveness and her tenacity, and just very much a quick twitch athlete. And she's there to put as much pressure on those back four as possible, run onto those balls, challenge for those 50-50 balls.
The Aggie fans here on the near side want the clock stopped while Oklahoma kicked the ball away. But you're right about Roop and the similarity to Allie Russell. I buy that. And they're both where we're number 12, as a matter of fact.
Yep, valid. Yep, valid point.
Not that that has anything to do with anything, but nonetheless, just a coincidence. Calzada. What do we have here?
It looks like I think the ball was still rolling whenever she struck that ball.
All right.
But
Down
you
to
saw
about 4 minutes left to play.
You saw in that last set piece by OU off of Duffy. Duffy didn't even put that anywhere close to the goal. She killed off 15 seconds just by slowly chipping it over the touch line there.
Yeah. I mean, that's good, smart play.
Yep. Same here, just a dump into the corner.
Body. Help us, Pete. Help us. Yes. Here.
Big battle over there. Should be a throw in for Texas A&M, and it will be. As Kat Campbell gets the ball in. Pante. Matula sends it ahead. Grace Ivy with the rebound, away from traffic. And we're going to have a whistle and a foul call there.
That should be a card.
As
Corey Rockwell.
Nevaeh Johnson.
Yep,
she's going to get the card issued. Nevaeh Johnson's been kind of quiet today out of the central mid slot. She wears number 17 for Oklahoma, and she's a transfer from LSU.
Yeah, if you've heard that name before, heard that name before, you know why.
Yep. Macy Matula gets her foot into the ball.
Dangerous ball. It's a good ball.
Yep. Cleared away by the Sooners over to the near side. Meredith King sends it up the sideline. Calzada for Texas A&M will drop it all the way back to Sydney Fuller. And now that's Margot Matula. Under 3 minutes left to play here. Grace Ivy, one touch there. So Reese Roop gets the ball on her left foot, cuts it through, still has possession of it. Pate! Deflected just wide. What a
save
there
by Duffy.
By Caroline Duffy. I mean, it doesn't get any better. That had goal written all over it.
It comes off of Pante's foot. You're saying equalizer. You're thinking equalizer. What a good effort from A&M's front three here. Mia Pante with the first time right foot in swinging blast. Duffy just getting a little bit of a paw on it to usher it over the touchline.
Goal kick comes in. It goes over the head of Reese Roop. It's going to go all the way to the other side of the field. And Margot Matula will track it down to Addie Armenta. Armenta for Texas A&M. Right at 2 minutes left to play.
Everybody in the attacking third for A&M.
Ball dumped in. It's going to be smothered there by Caroline Duffy.
And just what an opportunity here. Reese Roop with the inside cut, fights through the slide tackle, finds Pante. Oh, just at the last minute. Getting the outside of her hand extended. What did Duffy to deny that equalizer?
Ball out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Texas A&M under a minute and a half. Oklahoma with the 2-1 lead over the Aggies. Going to say it's a throw-in for Oklahoma, and Meredith King will take her time. And Corey Rockwell. .103 left to play. Clock's running again. Becerra got a foot on it, sends it ahead, but sent right back. Now Becerra has it, gonna chip the ball ahead. Ivy can't run it down, and it's gonna go all the way over to Caroline Duffy. She'll pick the ball up under a minute now. 44 seconds left to play. Ball flicked on there by Pappas. Smart play by the Sooners. Just dump it down into the corner. Burn some time. Sydney Fuller has to get it. Down to 16 seconds. Pante to Becerra. And the clock ticks down, and that's going to do it. Final score here this afternoon is going to be Oklahoma 2 and Texas A&M 1, and that's the Oklahoma Sooners' first ever SEC win as they move to 1-1 in conference play. Texas A&M drops to 1-1 in conference play. Quick thought on the contest today, Jeff?
You look at the big picture, it was an SEC game. It was entertainment from beginning to end. Obviously, there in the middle of the second half, that unfortunate injury that kind of provided us with a second half time. All the best to that Oklahoma Sooner player, obviously. I speak for myself and Dave, for our entire production crew, but an entertaining game, huge win for Oklahoma. Again, a little bit of opportunistic play. A&M had their chances, had the run of play. Obviously, the dominant team in the second half.